There's a script that's been drilled into our heads since childhood, repeated by our parents, echoed by our teachers, and hammered home by every suited real estate agent promising you the keys to prosperity. It's the sacred gospel of adulthood, the non-negotiable checkpoint on the road to success, the ultimate proof that you've made it. The script says, rent is flushing money down the toilet. You're building your landlord's wealth instead of your own. Buying a home is the smartest financial move you'll ever make. We've absorbed this narrative so deeply that it's become part of our DNA. We feel genuine shame when we're still renting at 28, as if we've somehow failed at life, as if we're financially incompetent adults who refuse to take responsibility. So we rush into home purchases we can barely afford. We max out our debt ratios. We stretch every dollar to the breaking point. And we convince ourselves we're making a brilliant investment simply because we hold a title. But I'm here to shatter that illusion. For millions of people navigating today's economic reality, this script is a dangerous myth. Economics have fundamentally shifted. The market has transformed beyond recognition. And this blind allegiance to homeownership is locking an entire generation into financial paralysis and wealth-destroying decisions. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. For many of you watching this right now, your house isn't building wealth. It's destroying it. A massive, debt-fueled consumption decision disguised as an investment strategy. And it's keeping you broke while making you feel rich. My name is Eddy, and I spend an uncomfortable amount of time analyzing the numbers the real estate industry hopes you'll never calculate. If you're feeling pressured to buy, or you already own and feel poorer than expected, hit subscribe and drop a like. Today, we're dismantling the rent versus buy myth. To understand why buying isn't always better, we need to redefine what throwing money away actually means. When you rent, you pay for shelter. That money is gone. Simple, honest, transparent. But when you buy, you're told your payment is building equity. That story is false, especially in the early years. A massive portion of homeownership costs are just as unrecoverable as rent. First, mortgage interest. In the first years of a 30-year loan, 70 to 80% of your payment goes straight to the bank. You're not paying yourself. You're renting money. You might pay $3,500 a month and only reduce your debt by $500. The rest? Gone forever. Second, property taxes. This is permanent rent paid to the government for land you supposedly own. Third, maintenance. Budget 1 to 2% of the home's value every year just to keep it standing. Not upgrades, repairs. Fourth, insurance. In many regions, premiums have doubled or tripled in just a few years. Fifth, transaction costs, agent commissions, closing fees, title insurance, inspections. Selling a home can wipe out 8 to 10% of its value in one move. Years of equity can vanish instantly. When you add everything up, homeowners often throw away as much or more than renters. They just throw it at more people. This decision comes down to one key metric, the price-to-rent ratio. Home price divided by annual rent. Below 15, buying may make sense. Above 20, renting usually wins. In many cities today, ratios hit 25, 30, even higher. When that happens, renting is the rational move. By renting, you live in an expensive asset while paying a fraction of its financing cost. The landlord absorbs the risk. You keep flexibility. You're consuming housing at a discount while someone else speculates on appreciation. That's not failure. That's leverage. Now let's talk about the most dangerous cost of all, opportunity cost. That $120,000 down payment doesn't work for you. It sits in walls and concrete, no liquidity, no diversification, no cash flow. Invested instead, it could double every 7 years. Home prices historically barely beat inflation. Stocks don't. By renting and investing the down payment plus the monthly savings, you stay liquid, diversified, and flexible. This is the rent and invest the difference strategy. And for disciplined investors, it quietly outperforms ownership. Not emotionally, mathematically. Homes reduce mobility. Renting preserves it. A renter can move for opportunity in 30 days. A homeowner pays a massive exit penalty. Buying a house is a bet that your location stays perfect for 10 years. That's a risky bet. Yes, mortgages are fixed, but everything else isn't. Taxes rise, insurance explodes, repairs get more expensive. Meanwhile, investments grow faster than rent increases. That spread is where wealth is built. Homeownership is unpaid labor, repairs, maintenance, stress. Renting buys time, time to earn more, time to build skills, time to rest. Freedom has value, even if spreadsheets ignore it. Buying can be smart if you'll stay 10 plus years, you value control over flexibility. The price to rent ratio favors buying, but never buy out of fear. A house is consumption first, not an investment. Real wealth isn't owning a deed, it's owning assets that pay you. Stocks, businesses, cash flow. A house is an asset you pay. Don't let outdated narratives pressure you into bad math. Run the numbers. Trust the data. Rent proudly if it makes sense. Invest the difference. Like this video if it changed your thinking. Subscribe to Eddy Invests for strategies that challenge the norm. I'll see you in the next one.